Hello students, today I will be discussing session 9 from the chapter Income from House Property. In this session, we will be discussing about the problems on income from house property. From session 1 to session 8, around 8 videos have been uploaded in my channel which will give you the insight on different concepts from income from house property. So after watching those 8 videos which talk about the theoretical aspects from the head of income house property, then you can watch session 9 video which will talk about the problems on income from house property. The study material on session 9 is giving you various illustrations, and out of those illustrations I will be working out a few problems in this particular video. So let's start with the session 9 which talks about the calculation of gross annual value. In order to arrive at the taxable income from house property, the first step is to compute the gross annual value. So we are supposed to calculate the gross annual value, and the first problem in the study material is on the calculation of the gross annual value. The problem is calculate the gross annual value of Mr. X, who is a resident, and the values are given as follows. So there are 4 values given in the problem of Mr. X, who is a resident of India. So here the fair rental value is given. In order to arrive at the gross annual value, these 4 values are very essential. If you have to arrive at the gross annual value, you have to have these 4 informations which are very important. What are those? The fair rental value, then annual rent, municipal rental value, and standard rent. So what are these values is already explained in detail from session 1 to session 8 videos which have been uploaded by me in the YouTube. Let me not repeat and waste my time. I shall start with the calculation of gross annual value. So here, in order to calculate the gross annual value, whatever the values we need are already written on the board. The fair rental value is 90,000 per annum. Municipal rental value is 85,000 per annum. Annual rental value is 75,000 per annum. Standard rent is 55,000 per annum. By considering these values, we are supposed to calculate the gross annual value. So let me write here calculation of gross annual value. You are supposed to calculate the gross annual value. In order to calculate the gross annual value, what is the first step? Step 1 is we are supposed to calculate the expected rental value. Expected rental value. So the first step in the calculation of gross annual value is we are supposed to calculate the expected rental value. How do you arrive? What is expected rental value? When in the problem they have given you fair rental value, municipal rental value, and standard rental value, how you are supposed to arrive at the expected rental value? When these 3 values are given in the problem, how you are supposed to arrive at the expected rental value? Let me write here. Expected rental value is step 1. Municipal rental value or fair rental value, whichever is higher or highest, or standard rent, whichever is lower. So the first step is you are supposed to arrive at expected rental value. In order to calculate expected rental value, you are supposed to consider municipal rental value or fair rental value, whichever is highest. Let us first calculate that. What is the municipal rental value given in the problem? Municipal rental value is rupees 85,000 per annum or value given in the problem? Rupees 90,000 per annum. So when you comparing this 85,000 and 90,000, 90,000 is highest. So 90,000 is the expected rental value as of now. But again, if in the problem they have given you the standard rent, again this expected rental value has to be compared with the standard rent, and whichever is lower is the expected rental value. So let me take now here 90,000 or standard rent. What is standard rent? Rupees 55,000 per annum. Whichever is lower has to be finalized now. So when I took municipal rental value and compared that with the fair rental value to find out whichever is the highest, 85,000 and 90,000, 90,000 was highest. Then this 90,000 should be compared with the standard rent if it is given in the problem and find out whichever is lower. So when I compared 90,000 and 55,000, so 55,000 is the expected rental value. So first step is calculation of expected rental value. When expected rental value is supposed to be calculated and three values are given for you in the problem, that is municipal rental value or fair rental value, then first you are supposed to compare the municipal value with that of fair rental value and find out whichever is highest. We have also done here, 90,000 is highest, and then again it is being compared with the standard rent. After comparing, we have arrived that when we compared, standard rent is lower and we have taken 55,000 as expected rental value. So this is the first step. Now coming to the second step, step 2. In step 2, we will be calculating the gross annual value. So the second step is calculation of gross annual value. So in the process of calculating the gross annual value, what you are supposed to do is that you are supposed to take the expected rental value which is already been calculated here. 55,000 is the expected rental value, or actual rent, whichever is highest. So expected rental value is 55,000 or actual rent given in the problem is 75,000. Which is highest here? 75,000. Actual rent is highest. So your gross annual value is 75,000. So GAV is equal to 75,000. So in the problem they have asked you to calculate the gross annual value of Mr. X, who is the resident of India. So the gross annual value of Mr. X is 75,000. So with this I end my session on the problem income from house property, and the session number is session 9. Thank you.